Hello, this is Sondra Oster, Baras, bringing you a few words of Bible from the heart of Biblical Israel. This week's Torah portion is actually a double portion, Matot and Maasei. And I would actually like to reference two different stories that are actually somewhat connected. The first is at the very end of the Torah portion of Matot, which is in chapter 32. And the next one is the very last chapter of of Numbers. In the first story, we have the tribes of Reuben and Gad approaching Moses and requesting to stay on the eastern portion of the Jordan River because the land there is very good for their many sheep and goats for grazing. Moses is very hesitant about this, and at the very end of the story, he agrees, providing certain conditions that they also come in and help conquer the rest of the land. But there's a very interesting twist to this tale, because all along Moses is speaking just to these two tribes, to Gad and Reuben. And then all of a sudden, at the very, very end, when he is actually giving the land to them, we have in verse 33 that Moses gives to the sons of Gad, the sons of Reuben, and to half of the tribe of Manasseh, and then it's very specific which families of that tribe. Later on, it talks about the Gilead family, who is descended from Machir, the son of Manasseh. So it's very, and he gives, and we don't know, they never asked for it, and they're suddenly joined with this group. And there's two different interpretations that be given to it that I'm aware of. One is, first of all, that Moses felt that it would be very important. I mean, he was concerned about the division in the people. And would the people on one side of the Jordan feel distance from the people on the other side? And therefore, by putting in half of the tribe of Manasseh, and Manasseh was seen as a much stronger tribe, I guess, and a tribe that was more connected to the center of Israel, he felt that would help pull them together. And the second reason is actually connected. He gives them half the tribe of Manasseh, which means that tribe, by definition, is going to continue to be far more connected to the other half of the tribe. And in fact, if you look at the map of Israel, based on the tribes, the western part of Manasseh is in Samaria, actually where I live now. I'm in Manasseh. It's in Samaria, and it goes straight across to a parallel area east of the Jordan, which is the mountains of Gilead. Okay, so that's what we read about in chapter 32. At the very end of the book of Numbers, we have actually part 2 of a story that we read about earlier, and that is the daughters of Tzlafchad, also of the tribe of Manasseh, also of the family of Gilead, which is one from the Machir, the son of Manasseh, that Gilead family. They, a few chapters back, they had approached Moses and asked for tribal territory. They were in a unique situation. Generally, the tribal territory is given to each family by their father. And here they have a situation of 5 daughters, no sons, and their father had already died. And then Moses does give them, based on God's instruction, Moses does give them their own tribal territory. Now, at the very end of the book, we have an addendum to that, because here we have a situation where the other people of that tribe come to Moses and say they're very concerned. If indeed we're going to give land to the women, by law, women who marry, their land becomes their husbands. And then therefore they're very concerned that this land will move to another tribe if they marry men not of the tribe of Manasseh. And the conclusion of it that these women would need to marry their relatives. They would need to marry men from within their own tribe, and that way they would preserve the land within the tribe of Manasseh. Now, just a point here, this whole question is only relevant to the first generation coming into the land. Because as you probably remember, the laws of Jubilee, every 50 years, land will end up being returned to its original owner. But the original owner is based on who first comes into the land, this first generation. So therefore, it's really only relevant to these 5 women, who are the ones who are actually inheriting the land for the first time. That kind of situation will never come back again. But I would like to connect these two stories. Okay, well, first of all, what I noticed is that these women, Slavchad, are from the very same tribe, very same family of the very same tribe, the Gilead family, that actually Moses puts on the eastern end of the Jordan. And yet, if you look at the territory that these 5 women received, they received territory in what is today Samaria, where I live. If you go up also near Shechem, there's a valley there that's called the Tirzah Valley. Tirzah is one of the daughters of Slavchad, and actually archaeologists have found remnants near the ancient capital of Samaria that indicates that all of the tribal allotments of these 5 daughters were all in that area of northern Samaria, as we know today, which means west of the Jordan River. Now, to me, these 5 women, from the beginning, many people have ascribed to them feminist feminist desires. And I think if you try to turn these 5 women into feminists, it's severely anachronistic. However, what we can learn from these women was they had a deep and abiding love for the land of Israel. And they too wanted to be sure that they were deeply rooted in the land, having a tribal territory that would belong to their family, even though their father had already passed away. And what we see here, therefore, is that even though the rest of the family of Gilead goes east and stays on the eastern part of the land, which is less holy, less central to the nation than west of the Jordan, to the actual land of Canaan, okay? These 5 women, I'm assuming, because of their superior love for the land of Israel, end up settling in Samaria. Isn't it amazing that where they settled is actually what we refer to today as the heart of biblical Israel? So let us honor these 5 women and their dedication to the land of Israel as they settled right here, right near where I am living now, in the heart of biblical Israel. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. Shabbat Shalom.
I hope you enjoyed that video, and we'd like to be sure you're getting all of our video content. So just click on the subscribe button below, as well as on the notification bell, and that way you will have easy access to all our material. We look forward to staying in touch with you. God bless you, and have a wonderful day.